What's going on? Sean Power here at the Hilson Studio today to talk about the WA-67. The WA-67 is an authentic and accurate reproduction of one of the most iconic tube microphones of all time. The original 67 became one of the most widely sought after studio tube microphones because of its warmth and pristine top end. Featured on a massive collection of some of the most memorable songs of the last 50 years, we're talking about classic tracks from artists like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Dave Grohl, Stevie Wonder, Weezer, Don Henley. This mic's been used by everybody. The original mics are still sought after, and they can fetch up to $8,000 on the used market, putting them out of the reach of a lot of producers and artists. The WA-67 is much more affordable, but still has a fantastic sound and is a great addition to anybody's mic locker. This thing can be a go-to studio workhorse. You can put this on just about any sound. Even though it was popularized by vocals, this thing can be used on drums, on acoustic guitar, electric guitar, percussion, pretty much anything you throw at it, it's gonna sound great on. It's got a really nice warm mid-range, but it still retains the high end without being too hyped like some other microphones are. It's a great all-around mic, but particularly when you want something to have some body and substance without getting too bloomy and overwhelming in the low end. All the samples we recorded were done through a WA-273, flat without the EQ on. These vocal samples, you'll hear the dry, untouched raw vocal, and then you'll hear it with a little bit of processing in the context of the track.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm holding on to every word that you'll say. We were shadows in the night, fire in disguise, holding hands under the desert sky. It was time out of mind. I'll meet you there sometime. We were shadows in the night.
I still miss me before I knew you could hold me in your hands. April, so easy, no one to bend me, bleed me to understand that blue reminds me of better times when you paint blue in my eyes too. If your book call me the sky, I wanna be blue just like you.
For the acoustic, we put the mic around the 12th fret. You'll hear it soloed by itself, just raw off the microphone with no EQ and the high pass filter on. And then you'll hear it with a little bit of EQ in the context of a mix. The electric guitar is played through a Warm Audio Foxy tone box into a Vox AC-15. The mic was placed a few inches off of the edge of the cone and recorded flat with the high pass filter on, no EQ. One of the great features of this microphone is having a pad built into the mic, which means you can record higher sources without fear of clipping the transformer, and also not have to worry about having too hot of a signal coming in on your preamp. For the drums, we use these mics as overheads, as a spaced pair. You'll hear them recorded with the pads on and the high pass filters on, as well as the high pass filters off. For the room mics, I turned the pad off and the high-pass filter off as well. This is what they sound like in the cardioid polar pattern. And this is how they sound with that special sauce compression. Here's a sample of how the WA-67s perform on toms. The pads were on, the high-pass filter was off to keep all that low end coming through. As you can hear, this is a fantastic microphone that really has a beautiful, smooth mid-range and top end without being too hyped. The custom large core transformer from Lundahl, Sweden helps give this mic a huge three-dimensional sound. The faithful 67 style pentode tube circuit and highly sought after EF86 pentode tube bring that creamy smooth clarity and brilliance. The head basket has an identical hole pattern as the original 67 to ensure the same frequency response, and a custom all brass large K67 style vintage capsule recreation. The high-pass filter, the selectable polar patterns, and the pad built into the mic give it so much versatility. You're going to want to get one of these things and put it to work on just about any source you can think of. Check out the audio samples. They should be available at warmaudio.com. They should have plenty more information as well, and if you have any questions, reach out to them and ask.